Sarah, today we have a special video. It's a heavy one, but our viewers have been requesting this one multiple times. The title is The Story of the Unknown Soldier, and is an emotional video. To be honest with you,
I believe.
I saw this video in the past, but I'm kind of curious to see your reaction to this. That said, say hello to our friends.
Hi guys.
My friends, thank you so much for all the support. We really appreciate that. That said, Sarah, ask them for the most important thing.
Guys, leave a like, thumbs up.
And if they subscribe,
You make our day.
damn right. Link for the original video below. By the way, nowadays you can also wipe the video. Please do it. Let's go.
Not every soldier is recognized for his heroic actions. Indeed, one of the countless tragedies of war is that the bodies of many soldiers are never even identified.
Yeah.
On August 3rd, 1956, 3 years after the end of the Korean War, President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed a bill to select and pay tribute to the unknown soldiers of the Korean War and World War II. These soldiers would be buried in the Tomb of the Unknowns at Arlington National Cemetery. The Tomb of the Unknowns was created in response to the mass casualties of World War I. The idea of honoring the unknown dead, of which there were so many in World War I, began in Great Britain in 1920. Then, in March 1921, the U.S. Congress approved a plan to return the body of an unknown American soldier from the war and bury him with full honors in a tomb to be constructed at the Memorial Amphitheater in Arlington National Cemetery.
This is a heavy video for sure, but the thing is, we kind of forget about this sometimes, that war is so tragic that a lot of bodies you cannot
Recognize them.
and it's so sad actually. I love the fact that the Americans, show respect this way.
Yes.
I think it's kind of beautiful.
On Memorial Day, 1921, 4 unknown soldiers were exhumed from 4 World War I American cemeteries in France. They were placed in 4 identical caskets and set before a highly decorated veteran of that war, U.S. Army Sergeant Edward F. Younger. Sergeant Younger ceremonially selected 1 casket. He later spoke of his decision.
I was left alone in the chapel. There were 4 coffins, all unmarked and unnamed. The one that I placed the roses on would be the one brought home and placed in the National Shrine. I walked around the coffins 3 times. Then suddenly I stopped. What caused me to stop, I don't know. It was as though something had pulled me. I placed the roses on the coffin in front of me. I can still remember the odd feeling that I had, standing there alone.
The chosen unknown was transported to the United States aboard the USS Olympia. Those remaining were interred in the Meuse-Argonne Cemetery, France. The selected unknown lay in state at the Capitol Rotunda until midnight on November 10th, 1921. On November 11th, Armistice Day, the casket of that unknown soldier was carried from the Rotunda to Arlington National Cemetery under a military escort. Behind the caisson bearing the flag-draped casket walked President Harding, Vice President Coolidge, Chief Justice Taft, and the other justices of the Supreme Court, members of the Cabinet, Senate, and House of Representatives, generals and other distinguished officers from America's wars, and recipients of the Medal of Honor. President Harding officiated at the interment ceremonies at the Memorial Amphitheater at Arlington National Cemetery. he conferred upon the unknown soldier the Medal of Honor and the Distinguished Service Cross.
What a
Representatives
great
of
thing
foreign
to do.
governments.
Yeah, the Medal of Honor is, if you get a Medal of Honor in America, that's
The highest.
the highest possible. There is
Okay.
nothing bigger than that. You know, it's
Okay.
so difficult. This was
I respect that.
no, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, and I think this was beautiful that they gave the Medal of Honor to an unknown soldier,
Mm-hmm.
even though they probably know it was an American soldier. So
Yes,
it's kind of beautiful what they did here.
it is.
and the Distinguished Service Cross. Representatives of foreign governments allied with the U.S. in World War I participated as well, bestowing upon the unknown their own highest military awards.
Yeah, the highest.
The United States reciprocated this gesture,
It is
honoring
a
an unknown
beautiful
soldier
gesture.
from nations of France, Great Britain, Belgium, Italy, and Romania with the Medal of Honor. In the history of the Medal of Honor, these are the only 5 instances in which the award was presented to a foreign soldier. After World War II,
So maybe the soldier was not American. Let's go back a bit.
with the Medal of Honor.
So
Representatives of foreign governments allied with the U.S. in World War I participated as well, bestowing upon the unknown their own highest military awards.
oh no, the other countries also
Do the same.
Did the same.
Did
yeah.
the same, exactly.
They gave the medal also.
The United States reciprocated this gesture, honoring an unknown soldier from nations of France, Great Britain,
Okay.
Belgium,
Okay.
Italy, and Romania with the Medal of Honor.
Oh,
In the
that's
history of the Medal of
beautiful.
Honor, these are the only 5 instances in which the award was presented to a foreign soldier.
Okay.
After World War II, plans were made for the selection and burial of an unknown from that war. But fighting in Korea broke out before the selection process had begun, and the decision was made to postpone until a more appropriate time. That time turned out to be 1958, when unknowns from World War II and the Korean War were selected for burial in the Tomb of the Unknowns. The final selection of the unknown from the Korean War took place on May 15th, 1958. All of the unknown war dead from that war had been buried in the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific. In that place, 4 candidates for burial in the Tomb of the Unknowns were placed in identical caskets, draped with American flags. Master Sergeant Ned Lyle, a recipient of the Distinguished Service Cross for heroic action in Korea, was designated to make the final selection. He placed a wreath of blue and white carnations on one casket and saluted the remains of the soldier inside. The selection of the World War II unknown took place 11 days later aboard the USS Canberra. Earlier stages of the selection process had resulted in 1 remaining candidate from the European Theater of Operations and 1 candidate from the Pacific Theater. Hospital Corpsman First Class William R. Charette, recipient of the Medal of Honor for actions in the Korean War, made the final selection. The selected unknown, along with the unknown from the Korean War, arrived in Washington on May 28, 1958. They lay in state in the Capitol Rotunda until 1 p.m. on May 30th. As the procession moved toward Arlington National Cemetery, the 2 caissons, each carrying 1 unknown, traveled side by side. When they reached the cemetery, they shifted into a column led by the caisson bearing the World War II unknown soldier. As the caissons entered the cemetery, 20 jet fighters and bombers passed overhead, with 1 plane missing from each formation. The casket of the World War II unknown soldier was placed in front of President Eisenhower, and the Korean War unknown soldier in front of Vice President Nixon. The Marine Band, played the national anthem, and then a bugler sounded attention 3 times. After a long moment of silence, President Eisenhower placed a Medal of Honor on each casket. The unknowns of World War II and the Korean War were interred in the plaza beside their World War I comrade. The tomb sarcophagus was placed above the grave of the unknown soldier of World War I in April 1931. The sarcophagus is constructed of 7 rectangular pieces of white marble, together weighing 79 tons. On the west panel of the sarcophagus, facing the amphitheater, are the words, "Here rests, in honored glory, an American soldier, known but to God." On the east panel, facing
That's a powerful message, actually.
Yes.
He's unknown, but he's known by God. That's very
Exactly.
powerful.
God. On the east panel, facing the Capitol, 3 Greek figures have been sculpted. On the left stands Peace, holding a dove in one hand. On the right stands Valor, bearing a broken sword in his hands. In the center stands Victory, holding hands with Peace while extending an olive branch to Valor. The north and south panels present a total of 6 inverted wreaths, each representing a major campaign of World War I. West of the sarcophagus are the crypts of unknowns from World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Those 3 graves are marked with white marble slabs that lie flush with the plaza.
So it is basically the major wars that America participated. They are representing here the soldiers. Again, they had to. Of course, this is just how can I say this? There was a lot of unknown soldiers, but this represents kind of all of them. They end up choosing, I believe, 3, right? But they represent all the ones that died at World War II, that the ones that died at, I guess, the Korean War. It's a beautiful thing done by America. I don't know a lot about this president Eisenhower, but I know he's very famous. I know he's one of the most famous ones ever. And even the vice president Nixon, I believe, also became president of America later. No, but yeah, I actually loved what it says here, because it's unknown to us, but it's known to God. I think it's very powerful, honestly.
Since April 6th, 1948, the tomb of the unknown soldier has been guarded 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, regardless of weather. In blazing sun, freezing snow, and even in the face of hurricanes, the sentinels continue their watch.
No, but this is true. Even there is always a soldier there protecting the tomb, even if the weather is really bad. You can find footage on YouTube. I did actually. Even if the weather, even if it's snowing, the soldier is there.
The soldiers don't move. They replace.
I guess of course they have turns, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's 24 hours.
Okay.
All days basically. I believe even at Christmas time. All the time. It's crazy.
The sentinels, members of the 3rd Infantry, or Old Guard, are famous for the precision of their march and changing of the guard. The sentinel marches 21 steps across a black mat, past the crypts of each unknown. He then makes a crisp 90-degree turn to face east for 21 seconds. He then makes another 90-degree turn, facing north for 21 seconds. A crisp shoulder arms movement places the rifle on the shoulder nearest the visitors to signify that the sentinel stands between the tomb and any threat.
Right.
After that moment, the sentinel paces 21 steps north, turns, and repeats the process.
No, if someone tries to mess with the tomb, I think they can actually shoot them.
Really?
Oh yeah, I mean they are protecting the memories of all the ones that died. Of course, I don't think this ever happened, by the way. But they are here for a reason. If someone crazy tries to do something, I think they can shoot them. Honestly, I mean, and to be fair, you need to be crazy to be here and disrespect this. You know,
Yeah, of
makes
course.
no sense.
But I thought this was a symbol of respect.
No, yeah, it is, but they are here to protect. At the end of the day,
Okay.
still, you know.
Every
They are
hour
protecting all
during the
this.
winter and every half hour during summer daylight hours, the sentinels conduct the changing of the guard ceremony. As the new sentinel approaches the relief commander, slowly and with great precision, conducts a white glove inspection of the sentinel's weapon. The two then march to the center of the mat, where the active sentinel stops his walk, and all three men salute the tomb. The relief commander instructs the active sentinel, "Pass on your orders." The sentinel replies, "Post and orders remain as directed." The relieving sentinel responds, "Orders acknowledged." The relieving sentinel then steps into position at the center of the black mat. The relief commander and relieved sentinel exit, and the new sentinel begins his march. The unknown soldiers serve to remind us that not all actions of valor are witnessed and recorded in war. We do not know the stories of these men, but we know they gave their lives in a war they did not start to protect the freedom of people who would never know their names. They demonstrate the courage and heroism of every man and woman who goes into combat in service of their nation. They will face threats we can hardly imagine in an attempt to eliminate the dangers that are posed to the men in the trench beside them.
Interesting video, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
this is a heavy subject, but it is important to
remember them.
remember.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, they died for a cause, you know. that,
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I actually think America is one of the countries that does this type of stuff the best, you know. Of course, they've been involved in a lot of wars, but they show a lot of respect, a lot of love to everyone that you know fought for America, and I find it beautiful also.
Yes.
So yeah, Sarah, say goodbye to our friends.
Bye, guys.
Bye, my friends.